Hello everyone, my name is Awesome and welcome to my Minecraft series playing all the mods 10. Today we're starting this amazing mod pack which is really close to my heart as I've played all of its variations. Kidding, I started at all the mods 8 and I've fallen in love with this mod pack every now and then. I started with my 2-week Minecraft phase. Hopefully this time it's not a 2-week and it's actually me finishing all the mods 10 to the end. I've already played it multiple times but didn't get to finish it or get to the very end with the ATM star. So as you can see, I've already gotten things started in this mod pack so far, as you can see in my humble base. So let me walk you through the process of getting where I'm at right now, and then we can progress through the mod pack together one step at a time. So first of all, after punching wood, getting my wood, okay, pause, it's not what I meant, but after getting my essential tools started, I went and kidnapped a lot of villagers to secure my very first infinite resource, iron, from iron farms. Which is why I've had the server running for a while and I have, well, yeah, as much iron as I need, I guess for now. And then I created a farmer for infinite food, I guess. Infinite, but it's really finite, but that's as much carrot as I'd ever need. With a breeder, incubator, to create as many villagers as I want. Which snowballs me into getting infinite emerald with these traders. And later to get traders to get me any enchant that I want. Later, after this step, my job was to get resources, go mining, to get an ME system. Hopefully, that was my end goal for that, or my milestone. The next milestone is to get an ME system so that I'm not using a million chests. After getting many resources, a lot of redstone, was able to get to the nether to get some blaze rods, some quartz. I was able to craft starter thermogenerators from Power. Well, these are, you could say, your very first energy source for, I guess, for your small base, which is gonna probably be just the ME system. They produce like 20 RF per tick, the basic ones, up to 40, which is more than what you're gonna need for your ME system. Here it's a bit more complicated since I'm since I'm kind of since I progressed through with the base, and even then I'm using like a lot of say crafting terminal, storage buses. I still use 28 AE per tick, which is same as FE per tick, you could say. So I could power the semi system with just one thermogenerator that is hardened, which is pretty nice. Afterwards, I need to automate more resources. So we use botany pots, hopper botany pots with drawers. Drawers are my this functional storage mod is my favorite mod in all of modded Minecraft because it simplifies things insanely in a really good way. You see how while you're using an ME system, you have to use item storage cells, which have types, bytes, and types. So if I wanted to store this 250,000 iron ingots, I can't store them with these ME drive cells, item storage cells, which is why using a controller access point with a controller for the functional storage mod, and from the functional storage mod, you can use it with an ME storage bus, which interfaces the I guess drawer system with the ME system to keep it as an extension of the ME system where you access its contents. So you can see I have 500,000 blaze rods. How did I get that? How can I store it in an ME system? I can't, at least not early game. So using an item storage bus, you can access these items as an extension of your ME system without wasting an arm and a leg for storage drives early game. So I automated the essential resources. I don't know why I automated cactus. Thought I might need it. automated wood, apples, nether warts. Even now I have automating dragon eggs. Yeah, well, I progressed quite a bit, but I also have, you could say, almost infinite cobblestone. Next, well, oh, I needed some essential resources like gold and copper, and redstone and coal. So I could have used either mystical agriculture or productive bees. I love bees, so I went with bees. First, to get started with bees, you need normal vanilla hives, and then you make advanced oak bee hives once you have the honeycombs and the pudding puff. And then you can make a advanced oak beehive and expansion box. Get more of your bees, get more honeycombs, and then use nests to get more bee types, like from dark oak nest, stone nest. You can get these bees. Let's see. So what does a dark oak nest get you? Oh, a blue banded bee. Okay, what about let's say a stone nest? What is it gonna get me? Mason bee and digger bee. So I can use these to get me a glowing bee? No. To get a glowing bee, you need to use a glowstone nest. Insert in it glowstone dust, and eventually you'll get a glowing bee. But you have to do this in the nether. You can't do it in the overworld. Normal blocks that you can see in, or you can find in the overworld, well, yes, you can feed them honey treats, which are made out of, as you guessed it, honey. Honeycombs and honey pudding puff. So, get those random bees. You can get redstone bee. How do you get a redstone bee? Well, you breed it from a chocolate mining bee and a glowing bee. And then you breed them amongst themselves. Just create 2 redstone bees and keep breeding them. And that's how I have virtually infinite redstone and coal, copper and gold. Well, yeah, slime and glowstone. So these are my rooms, or my bees' rooms. I'm using simulator upgrade. And pro tip, please, I haven't seen this explained anywhere, but whenever you use a simulator upgrade on your nest, you have to use a feeding slab. Everyone knows that. But where to place it? That's the tricky part. It has to be on a block under in front of the hive. You can't do it in front of it. This is not gonna work. This is virtually useless. It has to be like this. 1 block under. Also, you don't need 3 types of the block that the bee needs. You can just place 1. But I have 3 here for the aesthetical reasons. So yeah, I have redstone bees here, coal bees here, copper bees here, and gold bees here. Pro tip for the copper bee, because that gave me a headache. To get it, you need to breed an ashy mining tree and a crystalline bee. How do you get a crystalline bee? Well, quartz nest, you feed it quartz and the nether. But the crystalline bee, if you breed it with an ashy mining bee, you can get a tin bee or a copper bee or an aluminum bee or an iron bee. Horon? Yeah, or an iron bee. But if you use a breeding chamber, you can alter the... You can choose essentially which bee you get by... Well... By removing the bee and placing it back to change it. Afterwards, I created a spawner. Why do I need a spawner? Well, since I have infinite enchants, I need XP. To get XP, you need a spawner. Spawner, you break as you're exploring the world. You can just break spawners with a silk touch pickaxe. Place it in a structure. I created this structure, and that's my auto spawner. Now the spawner, let me show you. Ooh, and the spawner, you can upgrade it with apothec spawners. So if you insert to it fermented spider AI, you increase the number of entities that respond at a time. If you use a wool, right click it with wool, you make it silent. The mobs, when they die, they don't make noise. The mobs, as they're alive, they don't make noise. And if you insert a redstone comparator, you can control it with redstone. Life example. Boom. It's spawning. Off. It's not spawning. Pretty cool. And if you use Nether Star, the spawner doesn't need you to be around to spawn mobs. Soul Lantern, it makes it ignore lights. Conduit ignores conditions. So yeah, I created a spawner for 2 reasons. Infinite blaze rods and mob resources, as well as XP. And I hold it in this experience holder. Amazing block. I really love it. You just slap it in there and you don't need to think about experience at all. So, what's our objective now? Automate. Bees are already automated, but we need to progress more through bees, productive bees. I need a diamond bee, emerald bee to also progress to the ancient bee. So in this episode, we're aiming to get the ancient bee and eventually go to the darker deep or the deep or wherever you find the warden to get all the modium. Since I'm in netherite, all netherite, I need to upgrade to all the modium because I'm tired of having durability on my tools and armor. So what now? Let's get the diamond bee. To get the diamond bee, well, I need lapis bee, which needs a blue banded bee. To get a blue banded bee, you need to feed honey treat. Yeah, so you need to right click this dark oak nest with treats. And it's a gamble with the dark oak nest because you can either get a yellow carpenter bee or a green carpenter bee or your blue banded bee. But for the blue banded bee, if you use an acacia nest, which is made of an acacia log, or a cherry nest, it's guaranteed. How did you know, Awesome? Well, as you can see from JEI. But for dark oak nest, it can give you either yellow, green, or the blue banded. And should have known that sooner, otherwise I wouldn't have used the dark oak nest. So, I bred the blue banded bee with the redstone bee to get lapis bee. We have it here. Now if I breed it, wait, actually do I have to? I need another one. Or do I? Yeah, I need another one. Yeah, so I'll create another lapis bee so that I have 2, so that I can create a lapis section so that I can automate lapis lazuli. And then I'm gonna breed the lapis bee, I believe, with the slimy bee. No. Ender bee, right? Yeah, ender with the lapis. How do you get an ender bee? Well, let me grab some cages. Whoop. Let me grab some bee cages. In stone nest, you feed it chorus flower. You feed it popped chorus fruit, and it gets you the ender bee. Here we go. Now we have to. Let's wait for this to finish, to grow or breed for a lapis bee, and then grow it to get our first diamond bee. Important note: early game, while you're getting your ME system, you can use also refined storage, which is easier to get started with, but I prefer ME system. And to get started with an ME system, you need to find a meteorite for Certus quartz. In old Minecraft, you didn't need that because Certus quartz was just a normal ore that you can find in caves. Not now. Now you gotta look for a meteorite with a meteorite compass. In a meteorite compass, you're gonna find flawless budding Certus quartz blocks. These blocks give you infinitely quartz. You break them, you get quartz. Not when they're medium buds, when they're a full cluster, like this one. If you break these small ones, you just get dust. And to get a lot of dust, you can use an extractor. Just place the extractor under or above a flawless budding block with water touching it. Make it face any inventory and you will fill it with dust. Now this has been accumulating over a while. It doesn't instantly give you all of this dust. So let's say I pick it up. You can see it's gonna pop in more, but it's gonna take time. See, it's one. It'll take like what, 5 seconds? Let's see actually, how long does it take? Every 15 seconds it gets one. So here you go, 15 seconds passed. So that's how you can get virtually infinite number of Certus quartz dust. Which, I mean, if you want, you can use it to get crystals and submerge it in water with dust. It becomes, the charged and the dust become 2 quartz crystals. How do you charge it? Well, early game with a charger. You can use a wooden crank to, if you don't want to use energy, which is pretty boring. So I don't recommend using this method. I just use patience with a Fortune 7 Paxel or pickaxe. But this also works, charging them and duplicating them essentially. Also, you look at the recipes that use an extractor, because well, using them I have virtually infinite cobblestone and stone and ender egg. For the ender egg, or dragon egg, sorry, ender egg, okay. You basically put it on top of the extractor, but the extractor is upside down and it's facing an inventory that's gonna collect the ender egg. Dragon egg. Yeah. Oh, very important thing, very important thing. While you're using drawers or in any resource generating system, like the spawner, the iron generator, the bees, when make sure that you're storing the resource in a drawer and give it a void upgrade. Otherwise, you could just flood the server with that item on the ground in one way or another, like in this spawner. Yeah, so you see how these items are being dropped, and then being collected with the absorption hopper? Yeah. Let's see. If you look top left, we have around 60 to 70 entities just in this area. So if I'm not, if this system fills up and I'm not using void upgrade, I'm generating essentially like 80 entities in this area. Everything is going to be filled up. Even the absorption hopper's inventory is going to be filled up. And these items are going to stay on the ground, and they're going to keep generating more, and they would stay on the ground. 70 per tick or per second, you would crash the server in like 2 minutes. So if you're in your friend's server or in your server, or even locally, running, playing the Modpack locally, make sure that you're using the void upgrade with the drawers. Very, very important tip. Please, we server hosts for the friend group. We'd appreciate it. Okay, so, okay, nice. We have an adult lapis bee. So let's get the diamond bee, which was ender and lapis, right? Yep, diamond bee. Let's go. And now the diamond bee with the slimy bee gets us the emerald bee. And here we got it. So now we have 3 breathing chambers here. This one is making diamond bees, this one emerald, and this one lapis. And all I do is take the bee as a child, place it here, and the breeder, the incubator, will just extract it here. Ah, another diamond bee, adult. So let's see. This should get me 10 diamond bees, 10 emerald bees, and 10 lapis bees in like 20 minutes. So I'll see you then. Now that I have all the bees, let's go and get them started. Oh, okay, so let's take these blocks. Let's turn it into a simulator bee, hive. Let's give it these bees. Same with this one. Oh, I'm gonna need a lot more. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Give them the blocks. And here, the diamond bees. Okay. Diamonds. Cool. Now they should generate diamond honeycombs. And here, the lapis beads. Okay. There should be the lapis beads. Unfortunately, and I hate to say the word unfortunately, I have PTSD from it, but unfortunately, I'm low on netherite. Yeah, so I can't make 2 netherite bees and proceed with that, with it. So we're gonna have to wait for next episode to get the netherite bee and to proceed to deep dark, or where you can find all the modium smithing stones. So for now, thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure showing you my progress in this mod pack, and hopefully from now on you're gonna see my progress live as we go through this series. So thank you, and see you in the next one.